down into a level that, they have no life.
Have you seen Turntable? I got a question.
Yeah, I've seen Turntable.
Some people. What do you think of them?
I think it's really cool. I mean, I reached out to them, had a conversation. There's a couple other products kind of like it. I think Turntable is great. I think.
See anything wrong with them or problems that they might be facing soon?
I'm not going to say anything. I mean, I like Turntable. I actually think it's really. My brother loves Turntable. It's all of these things that are just starting and they're taking off. I really think it's about the next innovation. Who's the next person to do it? When I found Facebook, I was at Emory. It was one of the first 8 schools to have Facebook, and it was one picture per profile. And if you went on contact, it called Mark Dungeon Master, and it had his personal Harvard email and phone number. And I contacted him and was like, I want in. And he was like, all right, here's Eduardo, talk to him. And for 4 months, I went back and forth with this guy trying to negotiate for 10% of the company. Damn! But he wasn't super impressed with, hey man, I work in So-So Def, let me in. But I kept trying, and I really believe in my heart that if I would have flown to Boston and sat with those guys, I would have closed, but I hate the Red Sox so much that I just would not go to Boston. And I also, I thought it was cool, but I had no idea what it was going to become. I can't claim. Because I also never got to sit down with those guys and really get into it. And I think that my point of saying that is Mark and those guys at Facebook had a vision for what it could be and where they were going to take it. And you look at things like Instagram, and right now it's just an app on your iPhone. It takes pictures. There's kind of a social network to it, but it's filters. But if you sit down with them and you talk to them about their vision, and they have a further thought process of what they're going to do once they get those users, then you'll know where their product's going to take it to the next level. So I like to bet on people, and then hope that they want me to bet on them. That's the next part. Not everyone you go to and say, hey, let me invest, let me get in here. They might say no. Like Facebook. Damn.
So, Ashton wants to know, what if Turntable connects with Spotify's API and music license?
I want in real bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a damn. I'll just tell you guys. I reached out to Turntable right after he did, and they weren't as open to me and my team coming in at this point. So I got to keep having conversations.
Tell them you did what you did with Instagram.
What?
Just tell me you can take them down.
Well, Instagram happened the week after I had my conversation.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's different ways to get in. There's funds. There's not everything's the right time. And it's also their product. It is what it is. But I think if Turntable does that, I think they're great regardless. If they do that, then they're beyond great. Because that's my personal belief. If Spotify integrates with Facebook the way they're talking about, and if it goes to that next level, it will change the entire entertainment business. Because eventually, whether Spotify wants to admit it or not, technology will catch up. Movies will be really fast to download, as fast as music is. And then there'll be a carrier of that as well. It's going to change the way we consume entertainment. And eventually the phones will catch up to a whole different level, because they already have in the last 5 years. But when I started college, Facebook, Twitter, none of it existed. So it's kind of, when you think that literally it's all so new, it's pretty intense to think about. So, yeah, I guess the answer to the question is, if that happens, you got to get me in.
So, I got another question. This is from Twitter. This is a good one. Can you ask, or it's me, how do you keep your teams motivated during building stages?
Usher says something really interesting about Justin, that the day he doesn't want it as much as us, it's over. So I think you got to keep them motivated by showing them there's another plateau to reach, and there's another mountain to climb, and all that different stuff. But